Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome to my office. This is where I do things. So before we get into the video where I'm going to talk about linked laches and some drills that you can do, it's going to be a different format where it's really not so focused on tons and tons of technique. It's more about drills you need to be practicing separately from your actual technical practice of the movement as a whole. So a little bit of a different focus on this one, but it's extremely useful, and it's really important that you take these techniques and drills seriously so that you're practicing and practicing and practicing. We can talk more about how this works as far as how your body's going to learn the movement efficiently and effectively in a different video, but I won't dive into the science too much for now. But before we dive into that, there's one really important thing I need to make sure that I discuss with you guys before we start the training. Because I know if I don't say something about it, somebody else is going to say something about it. My hair is all gone. And that's it. Enjoy the video. So I'm at my buddy Skip's house, and we're going to do a quick walkthrough on one of the most difficult parts of doing a linked lache. I've done a lot of coverage on laches on this channel already. This will probably be the last one I do on this topic for a little while. And the number one thing that I run into when I'm working with clients, whether in person or virtually, is when they're trying to do this linked lache, they have a problem with the actual transition, with getting to the point where they're reaching out toward the next bar. Because most of the time what happens is they're trying to go too far toward the bar, and as a result, their hips aren't far enough away for them to fall and generate the momentum that they need. There are a couple of drills you can practice that are going to help you get comfortable with reaching out toward that bar and also flipping the body to where you're able to reach. So the first drill will be a little bit difficult to demonstrate here because these bars are kind of high up, but what you would do is instead of jumping to the bar this way, you're going to practice jumping up and then leaning toward the bar. I'm not sure if I'm tall enough to demonstrate this one effectively, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Ordinarily, what a lot of people do is going to be one of two things. They either jump straight to the bar, hang, and then kick to start their swing, or they kind of run through and under the bar and start off with a front swing that way. There's nothing wrong with either of those approaches, but if you're going for the most efficient, and additionally, if you're trying to train yourself to get comfortable with flipping and reaching on your carry laches, then you're going to want to practice this drill right here, which is to jump up, rotate toward the bar, grab it, and then lache immediately. Whether you're going toward another bar or not doesn't matter. Just practice getting that momentum and taking it off the bar toward a future or a forward area. The other thing you need to practice is the second half of that movement, which is where you're going to release the bar and you're going to throw your hips forward and your feet back. So you're almost kind of doing an arch position as you let go of the bar or after you've let go of the bar. What this is going to do is it's going to rotate your body so that when you land, you're landing leaning forward, almost in a position where you have to start running. If you practice those two drills individually and then put them together, that's what a linked lache is. It's that arched release going up into the air, not forward, and then it's that extension out to grab the next bar, coupled with that next arch release. That's how you link lache after lache after lache after lache. So let's talk about the biggest thing that holds people back when it comes to linked laches, and that is going too close to the bar. I talked about this at the beginning of the video, I've talked about it in previous videos, but this is super duper important. If you go forward, you will not have momentum to go on to the next level. That's not entirely true. There's another technique I can teach you guys. It's pretty cool called a power carry, but we're not there yet. That's later. You have to catch the next bar with your hips away from it so you have a pendulum to generate that momentum. What that means, going back to the previous video, is that you can't be vertically stacked. Vertically stacked means my joints are on top of each other. I need to be horizontally stacked so my joints are lined up laterally. This way, if my joints are over here in this order, or at least close to it, I'm actually going to have a pendulum that swings to develop that momentum. So after you've practiced these drills independently, try getting comfortable with just not actually going for the lache and just really kind of popping and reaching for the next bar. It's gonna look goofy the first couple of times you try it, but I promise if you practice it in the goofy way, you're gonna look really cool when you do this in your next competition. As you can see, I'm slowly getting closer and closer to the next bar. Eventually, once I'm confident I can actually get my hand on it without requiring this huge swing to do that, that's when I'm actually gonna send it and start linking laches. Another drill you can be practicing is just going straight up into the air when you release the bar and coming straight down. This is also gonna help you get a gauge for how far you need to be reaching. I promise if you're at a point where you go up into the air and you're looking down or close to down at the next bar, and you're able to say, I would put my hands here and here, that's when you're ready. Step one, practice jumping up and leaning toward the bar with your hips and feet away from it, and immediately lacheing forward. Step two, practice going off the bar immediately into an arch, and then landing with your chest in front of your feet. Step three, practice releasing and going up into the air, not forward. Combine those three elements, you're gonna hit your carry lache every single time.
I doubt tonight, but tomorrow.
Ooh, baby.
We might be able to
6 foot backwards lache.